Hi, it's Kim with Simply Homespun. Welcome to the Simply Homespun podcast. I'm Kim, and this is my daughter, Grace. And she's going to be joining me today because she's going to show some work she's been doing. This is episode 5, and to new viewers, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, thanks so much for coming back and watching. Hopefully, I'm going to be getting a computer at some point, and right now we are recording using my smartphone, so I don't have editing for it. So when we mess up like we have, I just have to start again. So anyway, this is take 2 of episode 5. I want to, let me start off by saying you can find me, I'm on Ravelry and Facebook and Instagram is Simply Homespun. And I have, I'm on Twitter as Simply Homespun, the number 1. And Pinterest is Simply Handspun. And my Etsy shop is Simply Handspun Yarn. And so come check me out there for all your spinning and knitting and weaving needs. So let me start off with some finished objects. The first thing I did not show you last week, and I said I would, but I never went to get it, is the baby blanket. And it's finished. The colored part, the green with the pink running through it, is my hand spun, and I put that on this edge also. And then the pink is Lion Brand's Hometown, and this is Honolulu colorway. So anyway, that's the baby blanket. Thank you. And the other thing I've done is, I told you last week I was going to work on some mini skeins, and I did that. And I dyed it. These are all 40 yards. And I did it because I needed some mini skeins for my pinwheel scrap blanket that I'm working on. But I'm going to put them in my Etsy shop, and if they sell, that would be great. And I'll just do some more. But this one and this one are similar, except this one's got purple in it. These are all New Zealand Romney. This one is kind of a cranberry orange, purple, yellow colorway. And these are fingering weight yarns. This one is just red and green. The red is cherry Kool-Aid. But all the colors have been set so they won't run. And this one is the cranberry purple orangey color. So those are singles, and they'll be going into my Etsy shop. Let me show you this art bat Ben did, and that's going to be going in my shop also. It's so pretty. It's very sparkly and beautiful. There's the back of it. But I know there's Angelina, there's Merino, there's Romney, and this green Angelina. So that's a finished object. Now, my work's in progress. The pinwheel scrap blanket I cast on, and I actually finished my first pinwheel here, and that's out of some hand spun that I did, and I think I showed you that last week. The mother, the bigger skein, has clay beads spun into it as well. That's got the sequins. There you go. You can see a little sparkle. The problem I encountered here is this hand spun was too thick for my needles, and I used size 5 three needles, size 3, and that was just a fight to get this finished. But I did it. I finished. And now I'm adding my second pinwheel. So you see they're connected. This pattern is from Mina Phillips of the Knitting Expat podcast. She's the one hosting in conjunction with Shannon at Sockcetera. They're hosting the Summer Blanket Blitz KAL. And so I'm doing her pattern. Her pattern is the Pinwheel Scrap Blanket, and it's on Ravelry. It's a paid pattern. But the pattern's awesome. It's easy, and really, most of it, you would just repeat a couple of rows back and forth until you're done. So you can do this while you're doing something else, watching television or sitting with somebody and talking. So that's the start of it. And so there'll be the square will consist of 8 of these. That will be the square, and then you'll sew the squares. Or she actually has a crochet technique, and there's a video for that on YouTube. But you crochet instead of mattress stitch. You crochet the ends. The way you knit it, you've got a crochet end selvage you can use, and so you just crochet the ends together. And the other thing I have in progress is my dad's sweater, and I did make some progress, even though it doesn't look like it was much. But I'm on I completed 4 rows of the actual pattern part. I finished the ribbing last week, but now I've got the pattern. So you start to see some cables in here. It's 158 stitches across, so one row takes a little while. And between all those markers is a different pattern section. That's where the fun comes in. Because like your center panel section is 22 rows repeated. Your diamond panel is I want to say it's like 15 or 16 rows repeated. And the cable pattern is 6 rows repeated. And the moss stitch pattern is 4 rows repeated. So it's like taking all these different patterns and combining them into one line. So it's a challenge to keep up with which line you're on where. Because line 18 on the center panel would be like line 3 on the moss, and line 2 on this. I mean, it's just, you have to have a lot of notes. And this, I cannot work on unless I'm undistracted. I cannot be distracted on this at all, or it'll throw me off. So you just have to really be careful knitting this, but it's going to be beautiful. And I'm excited. It's very fun to knit. You won't get bored because there's no just knit. It's, the most you knit of one pattern's 22 stitches. So then it changes. So it keeps you on your toes, and it's fun. And I enjoy doing cables. So if you like doing cables, you would love this sweater. Acquisition, works in progress, socks, Mina socks from the Expat podcast. The socks, I had no progress. I deprogressed on the socks. I had to rip out the cuff again. I actually had to do it so many times I've cut the yarn because it was so frizzy and fuzzy. So anyway, I don't know. I don't understand why I can't do that second cuff. I did the first one just fine. The second one is not. I mean, there's a mistake every time. I just need to go sit in the closet and do this. It's just knit 2, purl 2, rib. But I don't know why I can't get it. I'll start off. I count my stitches and then I'll be short a stitch. So somewhere I'm knitting two together. I think the size is a problem, but you know, I did the first one just fine. It's a mystery. That's all it is. It's a mystery. So anyway, I'm gonna let Grace show you what she's working on. What are you working on, Grace?
So I'm working on the potholders, and this is a potholder loop. And you can see it. And I already done like 8 potholders, and they are actually kind of cool, and the houndstooth. Houndstooth. This is a houndstooth, and it is quite cool and quite funny. And it just dribble to something, just 2 colors. It's a 2-color pattern.
That's the one I think I mentioned last week that she had looked up on YouTube by herself and did it. And I was real proud of her on that one. I think that one she's already sold though, so it's promised.
I almost.
As is this one.
Yeah, I did this one on YouTube too, but it's not a houndstooth. Houndstooth. What am I saying? This is a houndstooth.
No, it's not a houndstooth.
What am I saying?
That's all right.
And like I said, I made like 8 of them. And I showed Mama here that how that lady that I watched to do the houndstooth. Now she did a bow on hers, and I'm doing a bow on mine, and it's quite cute. So.
And she's got. Let's show them. Look, I mean, all these loops. Well, that's maybe your potholders, but I mean, tons of loops.
Tons.
She got a whole bucket full of loops. Granddad gave her ordered her a lot of loops, so she'll be in business. And I'm probably going to post some of these on my shop because they are nice. They're thick and they're cotton, so you can use them. I mean, they're good on hot pans coming out of the oven.
And these are hard to do sometimes.
So anyway,
for these.
There are her potholders. Acquisitions. I purchased a spinning kit from Napa Valley Fiber, and off of she's got an Etsy shop. It's Deborah Taylor's, who it is, on Napa Valley Fiber. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, you can see it, Mama.
Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay. She's also on Facebook on Fiber Artist Marketplace, and that's where I saw this. This is called Stormy Night, and you got, it's 4 ounces. I can't find my packing list, but I think it's not Romney, it's not Leicester, and it's not Merino. But I think it's I want to say it was a Falkland or maybe a Cordell. Anyway, so you got this 4 ounces, and then this feels like around 2 ounces, I guess. Now this feels like Romney maybe, or Merino, either one. They're soft. So this is a natural colorway, And then you got 2 mini bats of the blue. And you got gray locks. And you got blue locks, lots of blue locks. And this is silk. It feels like silk anyway. It feels nice. So silk and a pack of white Angelina. So you put all of that together for Stormy Night. So I think I'm going to get Mr. Ben my son to carve that up and make a Stormy Night.
Mr. Ben is my brother.
I want to remind you of some KALS. My KAL that I'm sponsoring is the Art Sock KAL. And it's hashtag simply, and I said this wrong last week, I think, on the podcast, but it's hashtag simply homespun art sock KAL, KAL. And it runs from the 5th through the 30th. So that's going to be just, you can use your favorite sock pattern. There's no particular pattern that goes with this, but I want it artsy. So, but it also needs to be wearable. So no, you don't want to put a lot of sharp, hard objects because you couldn't wear it. So you can knit, like, I don't know, some ideas. Use an art yarn and knit a cuff around the sock. You could use an art yarn periodically on the leg of the sock, or embroider some beads in, knit with some beads. I don't know, because the leg of the sock, you could be a little more free. With the foot of the sock, you're kind of limited because it's in your shoe. But it could be a nighttime sock. But anyway, so it just needs to be artsy. And when you are finished, just post your picture on Instagram using the hashtag simply homespun art sock KAL. Also, I have a thread on Ravelry, and you can show your pictures there on the chatter thread. And then there's apparently on Instagram, if you have a private account, I won't be able to see your picture. So if you have a private Instagram account, just post it to the Ravelry page, the group page for that. So that's the art sock KAL. And I'll draw for prizes from all the entrants. So I'll just use a random number generator, so there'll be prizes. I'm gonna give away 2, maybe 3 prizes for those entries. Also, there's a sweater KAL on the Knitting Expat web Ravelry page, and it's that's hashtag 2016 sweater along, and it's hosted by Mina Phillips at Knitting Expat, and she's going to be drawing for prizes on finished sweaters at now it was at the end of March, end of June, now end of September and end of December. So if you're working on sweaters, you can enter those, and if not, start one, and you just have to have it finished by the end of December. And so, but anyway, that's hashtag 2016 sweater along. You can post the pictures on Mina's Ravelry thread or on Instagram, but be sure and use the hashtag on your entry. Okay, and then the other KAL is I mentioned already, the Summer Blanket Blitz KAL, and that's hashtag Summer Blanket Blitz KAL on Instagram. So you can enter your blankets on Instagram using that hashtag or on Ravelry. But again, if your Instagram account's private, enter it on Ravelry also. So those are the KALs. There's not a whole lot else going on. I taught another spinning class yesterday, and that went well. There's 3 ladies, and it's a lot of fun. I love to get together and teach women to spin. It reminds me of when I first learned, you get so frustrated because you can't get the wheel going. And then when you do get the wheel going, you add fiber, it really throws everything off. So you're going backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards. And then your yarn's that big or teeny weeny. So, but I just tell them, be patient. Be patient. You'll get it. Just take some practice. What else is happening? Fiber-wise, I don't think anything else right now. I'm just going to focus on getting that cuff on that sock done. And what else do we have? I think that's it for today. Anyway, that's all. I'm hoping my husband will start weaving again, and then I'll have some things of his to show. He does awesome work. He's so good at that, but I hate warping. The weaving part is not bad. I hate the warp of it. And he's got a big loom, and I can't even imagine the nightmare that is to warp. But anyway, so you guys take care, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye. See ya.